What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of The Long Dark, where I am sleeping the night away. Had to kill more wolves on the way home. Like, it is so ridiculous how many wolves there are. It really is just one of those little things that it saddens me. It saddens me because I feel like the game is turning into a zombie game with wolves. Anyways, so many wolves on the way home. Actually, I ran into 3 and only had to shoot 1. I had to duck around corners for all the other ones. I happened to be I happened to be at advantageous ground when they came around, I guess, and it worked out okay. Still, at home, chilling, trying to make it till morning. Probably go 8 hours right here, and that should be alright. I don't think we're gonna... Yeah, it did it again right there. I wonder what that calculation is that it makes right there, where it goes down to 99, then back up to 100 real fast. It must be some overlapping little piece of code or something from, I don't know. It's such an odd little thing. A weird little behavior. Go ahead and drink some water real fast. We got a lot of weight on us right now. It's because I'm carrying around a ton of food. This is all the stuff that we captured over the last day or two. I think this venison will hold until tomorrow when we can cook it. I don't really feel like I'm in the mood to get that done. Instead, what I'd like to do right now is make myself a couple of snares if we can manage it. And so let's go ahead and drop all the food that we can drop for right now. Except for maybe like 1 or 2 cooked venisons for later. A little bit dark in here. I think... What do I want to do? There should be a torch or something around here somewhere. But I'm not leaping at the thought. Where did I leave my torches at? Damn it. There should be torch. There they are. They're over by the bedroll. Okay, so I've got torches. Let's whip out the torch real quick. I'm going to light it with a match because I don't really have much of a choice. Don't know how I ran out of storm lantern fuel. Really actually kind of confused about that a little bit. I feel like there should be more around, but on the way home I had to eat an MRE because we got super hungry because I was trying to sprint all the way there. I had to shoot a wolf, and then I dodged 2 or 3 other ones. Just an all-around nasty travel day. Not a good travel day for our character, all things considered. Usually I hope that I don't see any wolves. For example, our outbound trip, perfect. I don't care seeing 1 wolf. That's good. As long as it's kind of standoffish and not to do anything. But once you start running into, like, you know, handfuls of wolves every single time you try and travel, I'm just like, meh, and I get sad. I think I can break... Oh, you need a hacksaw. Okay, so they added a new thing to the game. I didn't know about the hacksaw. So what I wanted to make here was a couple more snares. I don't know where those are hiding at. It's probably one of the first ones to be... Oh, there it was. So I need cured gut and I need reclaimed wood. It's actually kind of an interesting recipe. I think I can probably get some reclaimed wood over here. Like, I don't have a tool to break that down. I have to go back down and grab myself. I think I'm out of reclaimed wood. I might have some downstairs. I don't know. We'll take a look after I pan and scan around and see what's going on in here. Nothing too useful in there. It's impressive to me that we've gone through that much reclaimed wood. Like, seriously, we've stripped this place pretty clean. There's still some crates over here. Still some crates over there that I think that could be useful. But other than that, it's weird that you can't find a flashlight in this game either. They need to add a flashlight to the game that lasts hella long, and then you'd be looking for batteries all the time. It's just another resource to look for. That's the way that I would think about it. It's like when you have torches, you need to have matches. When you have lanterns, you got to find fuel. When you got a flashlight, you got to find batteries. It adds extra intensity to the game by making people feel like they need something. They don't have something that they want. Keeps them running around a little while longer. Should be a hatchet sitting over here, I think. There's one right there. Do I have any reclaimed wood over here to begin with? No. It looks like all of that is just standard wood. I'll probably try and sort some of this stuff out, too. Take all this cured gut. No, don't swing the torch, please. Got the cured leather. That's all still going. I think I dumped a little bit over here. Grab those materials. I think I cured some over here as well. I should have a lot of cured gut. Like, we should be good to go. I may actually take a lot of this stuff and just put it over by the workbench. Be a little bit safer. In fact, I think it might be a better idea for us to set up inside the room with the workbench, aside from the cooking restraints that we have down here. It'd be cool if you could take this barrel and you could drag it with you, because that's what I would have done already. I probably would have taken this over to a room and got better lighting. How much is left on this torch? Oh, man, did it extinguish it? Shit. Okay, so apparently our torch is out of light. What I'd like to do here is we go in on this guy. That'll give us 6 of this. We've got enough gut on us right now. I'd like to make a lot of snares. Like, I'd like to make several of them. Got that. Probably should have brought a torch with me before I did this, but oh well. What you gonna do? Alright, so on the workbench, I'd like to make 3 or 4 of these, to be fair. I think we've got 1 already. I think putting out 4 or 5. Snaring is a mass tactic, so I don't know if you've ever used snares before, if you've ever studied snaring before. But snaring, you don't want to put out 1 snare. That's super pointless. Like, 1 snare is like, why bother? Unless you've got like a dead bang rabbit trail that you've already found. Putting down 1 snare, it's a recipe for defeat. What you really, really want to do, and what the Native Americans used to do and what trappers would do, is you put down dozens of these things, and then you make maps and you just mentally remember where they are. Like the guys that used to trap beavers, rabbits, all that kind of stuff back in ye olden days, the pioneer days, they would put down loads and loads and loads of traps, and then they just come back and check them every couple days and see what that, maybe even every single day. I'm not really sure what the timing was on it, but they would put down a lot of traps. That much I know to be true because I remember reading it in books. That's right, I used to do that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to drop off most of these materials right here just because they're too heavy for me to carry around with me over the long term. We only have 2 wolf hides. How many wolf hides does it take for me to make that jacket while we're up here? Takes 4 and it's 25 hours worth of work. 25 hours worth of work. You know, if I could bring a bedroll up here and I just bring a bunch of food and a bunch of water with me, we might be able to bang that out before anything else finishes off. And I think the warmth bonus on that is way better than what we have right now. Like on our winter coat, what's the warmth bonus? Like I know we have the premium winter coat, it's 4 and 4, so yeah, it's almost double what we have from here. So if we could get the wolf fur coat on, that might not be a terrible idea, and I think it's something that we may actively want to focus on doing. I'm not going to use a match just yet. You can still see okay up and in here. We should probably set the snares before we do it, though. That would be the other half of what I would recommend, is that... Jesus, it's dark. Can't see where the dam right now. There it is. I was going to say, I'd be impressed if we made it because I was basically fumbling right there. How's my weight looking? Do I have 4 of those hides to even begin with? Got a 10% hide right there. I think there was 2 upstairs. Shit. Lighting options are not really... I should probably stack everything in these little light areas. Might be the smarter way to do it. I also want the bunny fur gloves before we leave. Thirsty and we're hungry. Okay, so we have sed and ombre going on. Let's go ahead and eat one of those real fast. That'll offset the damage that unfortunately we've done to our stomach by not filling it properly. With 5 snares, I'd say our chances are pretty good at grabbing something down here. To get out that way, I think I gotta go out through... I might need a torch. Might need a torch for this one. I think I have time to go down and set the traps before I get tired, I think. I want to set the traps and then I want to come back and I want to work on the wolf vest, basically. It's a burned out torch. Well, I don't need that. I need a torch that's ready to go. A torch with a zest for life, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to light it till I absolutely 100% know that I should probably not sprint right now. We're actually kind of tired. Drinking a cup of coffee might be smart too, and I think we absolutely 100% need a light source in here. There we go. Getting down into the guts of the building where you can't see anymore. I wonder if they actually went to a dam to model this place. I went inside a dam one time. It had a nuclear fallout shelter for the president inside of it. It was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen something like that, but I went to a dam. Don't remember where it was, and I went on a tour of it. And basically... we got to go on a tour of a nuclear fallout shelter from the Cold War that was inside the dam. And so, it was kind of awesome. It had like a little estate room where the president could give out like, you know, those little notices to the people or whatever. Had like a full room that was set up for broadcasts and stuff like that so that from inside the bunker they could do it. And they said it was only supposed to be used if he was in Northern California at the time. They said basically there's a bunker for the president hidden in almost every single place that the president goes. There are secret bunkers like in every quarter of the state that he can get to within like 30-35 minutes if he has to get there. And so anyways, that was the one for Northern California up until like 1991 or something like that, when it was decommissioned. And apparently, I guess they've built a new one somewhere, but it's classified, so they can't tell you where it's at. But it was still kind of cool looking at something like that, because you rarely get a chance to actually take a look at the way the state... Oh, man, there's a wolf down here. Well, I did need another hide, I think. Oi, prick. How you doing? Word to your mother. I think that was a bit much. I think the taunt went too far. I don't feel good about it. Let's go ahead and grab everything we can get off of this little bastard right here. Should leave me enough time, I hope, to set up snares. Tiredness is still okay. Temperature looks like it went back up. Let's have a look at this little rabbit over here and see if there's anything left for us. No hide. Little bit of bunny meat, though. I don't know. That's worth it. I can still hear him running around. Let's go ahead and place a couple of these snares. I don't think it really matters what the placement looks like, as long as we spread them out a little bit. Seem to be a lot of bunnies in this area. I'll put one right by that pinch point over there too when they come through here to get over to this side. Get another snare down here. I don't want to do that. I want to place it. Cool. So there's another one. Definitely want to put these around choke points. Basically, you want to optimize your chances by thinking about the way that the ground is laid out and places where rabbits could conceivably go if they were trying to travel between point A and point B. Might also be a smart idea to keep an eye on the way the rabbits travel over here. And so you saw that right there. The rabbit traveled along this wall right here to get over to there. And while that's a very, very small case study, it might work. So there's 3 down. We've made an okay dragnet over here. I'll probably put one over on this side too, just in case they follow this wall. Basically, you want to make it more likely by blocking off an entire area that the rabbit's going to come through. I haven't seen any rabbits this deep, but you can never tell. Put you right there. And I'll probably drop one right here too. And that'll be good enough for right now. After that's done, we'll move the bedroll around. We'll get a bunch of food on us. We'll go back upstairs. I don't know if the wolf furs are cured enough yet. They might not be. I think he just wanders around, basically, until he hits one of those. It doesn't work like it used to. Back in ye olden days, the system worked a little bit differently, where you would use the trap just like you use a dead body, and it would say, how long do you want to trap for? And you would just trap for that many hours, and you would come back with that many bunny furs and bunny meats and all that good stuff. People didn't like that system, though, and I agree with that change. I think that system was a little bit simplistic and did not accurately reflect the way that snare trapping actually works. Snare trapping is kind of a... It's a low-risk, low-reward game, but that's what you're looking for when you have endless amounts of time on your hands. If you get what I mean. That one should still have durability left on it, shouldn't it? I was hoping it might. I didn't want to burn a whole bunch of these on the way back through. If we could find a fire, it might be worth it to start a little fire out here. And then once we start the fire, possibly... Tiredness is okay, and it's warm enough out here, we'll take a torch before we go back inside, because I'm always flying blind when I'm inside the dam. And that's not something that pleases me. It might be worth it to spend a little bit of time out here busting boxes or doing whatever else. Giggity, just having a good time. Little bit too low of endurance right now to be able to keep going, so I'm not going to sprint this out, unfortunately. I think the game's developing in a good way. I think they've made changes so far that I do and don't like. It kind of goes... I go change by change with this game. Some of the changes, I'm on board with. I think they were a smart idea. And then other ones, I'm just like, what is your rationale? Explain this to me. And that's the problem, I think, is that a lot of developers do not explain their rationale. And I don't really check the devlogs either, so he may have. I'm not blaming the last, or I'm sorry, I almost said The Last of Us. I'm not blaming the Long Dark developer for anything. What I'm saying here is that sometimes developers don't do a good job of communicating why they made the changes that they made. The prototypical example that I would give you right here, the holotypical example that I would give you is like Blizzard. They do a very, very poor job of explaining why they make the changes and nerfs and patches and things that they do, when they could actually very easily just assign somebody as their job to explain the rationale of the dev team each time around. And I think that would probably cut down on complaints by at least like 10%. I mean, it just kind of depends, I guess, if it's whether it's worth the paycheck or not to have somebody do that. How long does it take to bust up a pallet? A while, but you get a bunch of wood out of it. Huh. Our character gets a mad Woody for breaking down wood pallets. Probably... I need a softer target. 2 hours is too long. I can't be having that. So does she break down the entire stack while we're out here? We're kind of at the end of the day, so I feel nervous about it. I don't want to sign in for like a 2-hour hack spree in here. Huh. Well... have to have a light source before I go back in. And think about that. I should have brought 2 torches with me. I guess we'll have to do it by matchlight this time around. Which obviously I loathe doing because it's a giant waste of matches. No, doesn't this jump me in through the window back in the place we want to be, though? I think it do. So if it does, why not stack up on a little bit of wood right now? 500 calories. That tiredness bar is a little sketchy. I'll just use the ones that are inside. I'll just use the ones that are inside. You can never tell. No, this jumps me in on a different side. That's right. So I'm over here. Okay. Still have an opportunity to find a little bit of wood, though. So that'll take 30 minutes. We'll break that down. That'll give us some reclaimed wood. Once we've got the reclaimed wood, I don't know if I can start a fire in here. I'm going to have to give it a go. It may not like this proposition by me. I will eat. Gotta drink first. We've got the drinks up and out of the way. I'm going to try and make a fire in here. Can't start a fire indoors. A little disappointing, but not entirely unexpected. I'll break down some of these crates, too, while we're working on the wolf jacket. It's going to take a bit for that stuff to cure out, though. And we descend back into madness and darkness. I'm actually going to try and hustle this out as fast as I can. It's going to look a little bit brighter on your screen, and so you might be saying right now, Splattercat, why are you using matches? That's because I brighten up the video in post. I make it look a little bit nicer. Hey, trust me, on my end, it's very difficult to see right now. I think if you stare at the lighting fixtures, it's not quite so bad either, but... there's the door that we just went through. All the way back on up and in. And hey, we made it. There's still there's an arrow stuck in that wall. How did I miss that so many times? Either way, I'll take the arrowhead out of it. I need arrows really badly, so anywhere I can find an arrow makes me happy. Okay, I'm about to start watching Arrow. I had a friend when I was getting a tattoo the other day. And my buddy, who's the tattoo artist, was talking about how he just started watching Arrow. And he said the first season was kind of meh. But he said it gets better as you go along. He said you kind of just have to stick with it. Drop another wolf hide over here. And... what do I want to accomplish right now? What do I feel the need to accomplish? Well, I think starting a fire would probably be a smart idea. Don't want to use the fir firewood. That's the last thing that I want to light up. Oh, look at that. The wood matches are better. I had no idea. Okay, I probably saw it before. I got a 65% chance right there. Let me see if I can't step it up. Maybe trying to find where we got the cedar wood over here. I know there's some cedar over here. Cedar burns really, really well. That's actually pretty accurate. If you got cedar wood, that shit like explodes. It's got little sap modules or nodules in it though, as I recall. I've lit a lot of wood on fire. Redwood also works very well, but I think redwood burns really, really fast if I remember right, because it's porous. It's kind of corky. And so anyways, because of that, it burns and it gives off a lot of heat. but it burns up really fast too, so you're going to be constantly stoking your fire if you go with like redwood or anything like that. Perfect. Alright, another fire successfully started. Might as well throw that in there and add it for fuel. We got a lot of meals to cook though, so I'm going to cook all this wolf meat while we're in here. We've already got ourselves set up with a fire, so you got to make use of the resources that you have. Once again, spending all my time loving meat here. I'd love to go back and check the snares. I don't know when the proper time to do that would be. I assume there's probably a good time to check the snares, and there's probably a bad time to check the snares. And I haven't seen the bad time yet. There's not a lot of rabbits on the map off to the left. It'd be easier to go there, but I'm thinking in the next episode we might make a run out to the next map. I don't know. I'm trying not to make promises right now because, frankly, it's hard to decide what I want to do a lot of the time with this. The smart idea is just to sit here and like last out, you know, the next 20 days using all the resources on this map, and then right about the time that it runs out, you migrate to the next map. That, however, I don't think will last nearly long enough, so we're going to extinguish that torch. See how many of these I can pull out of here. No, don't light it. Don't do that. That's a terrible plan. I dropped that torch. I heard a dropping sound. Not like a dropping sound, but like a... Yeah, I did. Okay, that's fine. You can drop them all over here. I don't care. Drop them wherever you want. Don't even need this fire. I do, however, need a bunch of torches, so that is what we will use the remainder of this fire for. Producing torches. And it doesn't even take kerosene when you take them out of here. That's the really, really good part. Normally when you craft them, they take a ton of kerosene. It's a pain in the ass. I think I got a little bit of water over here somewhere. Those wolf... oh, I got one right there. And then once that one's done, I think we should be able to start work on the wolf hide thingamadoobie. Okay. So with the water that we have available, I'll probably drink a little bit of that. It looks like our carrying capacity is down because we're probably exhausted. So since we got 3 hours of daylight left, let's go ahead and get resting, shall we? I'd like to get started on that wolf hide thing before we get out of here. I'll probably craft it off camera and then come back and I'll just have the wolf hide once we get there because it's a lot of sitting around and just not doing anything. And I don't like putting that on camera. It makes me sad. 38 calories, that's the best we got right now. Eat that wolf meat. Shove it in your mouth. So anyways, why is the little piece of meat? Anything that's like the little one among bigger ones is called the Chaz. Because when we were in high school, we had a friend who was named Chaz. And, well, anyways, he has a tiny wiener. I'm not going to explain the whole story. But from then on, everything was called the Chaz. That was like small. Anything that was the smallest of a great group, of a large group, was called the Chaz, and I continue to this day to call it that because I'm immature and I still haven't grown up at the age of 30. So most people don't get it. They'll be like, what the hell is the Chaz? And I'd be like, just, you had to be there. Don't worry about it. It's just a piece of my lexicon that has remained from high school and just never went away. And, you know, I didn't mean for it to happen like that. It just kind of did. It was just such the perfect way to describe anything that was small in a group of large things that I know other people that still do it too that were part of that group. They'll still be like, hey, throw me that Chaz over there. And you're like when you got like a pizza and there's like the little slice left, but there's a bunch of big slices. They'll be like, you want a piece of pizza? Be like, oh yeah, give me that little one. Give me that Chaz over there. Gotcha. Still happens to this day. Sucks to be Chaz, I guess would be the story. Now, what happened to that guy? I have no idea. You know, like in the age of Facebook and stuff, you don't lose track of people anymore, but I don't think I have him on my Facebook. It was all in good fun. Don't get mad. He hung out with us every day for like 4 years. It was a loving term of endearment and also slander. So let me see if I can get this torch lit real fast. There we go. How is that not done yet? Arrgh. I need more wolf hide. I need more wolf hide so badly. How is that not cured? You gotta be kidding me. It said 97% 16 hours ago. Me sleep few hours. You be cure when me done. Me need wolf hide for cool Conan cloak. Conan good. like destroying my bedroll right now trying to get this done. My bedroll is really sort of suffering my wrath right now. Every time we use the bedroll, it loses a fat chunk of durability, so this is a really dumb thing to do. I don't think I wanted to sleep for... Well, anyways. How is it... Ah! I wonder if it ticks up by chunks of percentages. Like, if it doesn't tick up by 1% at a time, that would actually make sense. But it's really taking its sweet-ass time right now. I'm gonna sleep for 1 hour. This lady's getting in there, zipping herself in perfectly every single time. Yeah, getting up in there. And actually, with the wolf hide and also the gloves, we should be in a solid situation to never have to worry about much ever again. Hold on. There it is. Alright, so there's the final wolf pelt that we needed. I'm gonna pick up this bedroll and put it upstairs because why not? Bring some food with me so that I can eat while I'm up there. And then how much water do I have? I'm doing the equivalent of a Da Vinci right now, and I'm just going to lock myself in a room. Can't really tell if I'm going the right way, but I don't have enough matches to figure it out. Yay, I made it! I love it. Alright, so in this room, we need to deploy the bedroll, which I think I picked up. There it is. Place you right there so that you're within reach, just in case I can't find you. I think I dropped a bunch of wolf hides and whatnot around here somewhere. There's one, there's one. You know what, just pick it all up. It's fine, don't even trip about it. Just all of that shit needs to be in your inventory anyway, so who cares. There we go. And since we're pretty much full up on all of our tasks, this is going to exhaust us pretty quickly, but it's going to be worth it, I'm telling you. Rabbit pelts, don't have those. Deerskin pants? What? I could use those too. That'd be an even better investment. Okay, so let's go with the deerskin pants first. This is going to be... Well, I don't want to do a half an hour. Don't do that. Do like 4 hours of working on it. And we'll see what we come out with here. That is not a friendly sound. That leaves us with our water all taken care of right there. I'm going to finish these off. I'm going to try and get these done before we come back for the next episode. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all next time in the long dark. We are going to be really, really well prepared by the time we get this done, I promise. See y'all there.